And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he is the defending world champion. He wears maroon with blue and gold trim. He scaled at the lightweight limit of 100. Undefeated IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC franchise, and Ring Magazine lightweight champion of the world, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez!
Wearing gray trunks with gold trim, he brings a perfect record into the ring. Way of knockout. He is the 2016 Olympic silver medalist, the former featherweight champion of the world, the reigning and defending
Protect yourself at all times. Keep this fight clean at all times. Then what I say, you must obey. Good luck, touch him up.
Hating on a mistake. Oh, and right now, you can see the. Oh, there it is. The offense.
Oh, there's a good left hand from Shakur Stevenson as came straight in. Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. Hitting what he's doing.
Good
right
shot.
hand from Lopez. Oh, he lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur.
As soon as the opening chime sounded, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson stepped into a cerebral duel, transforming the ring into a chessboard. From the very first movement, nothing was accidental. Each shift, pause, and adjustment carried unspoken intention beneath the surface.
Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. Hitting what he's doing.
Good
right
shot.
hand from Lopez. Oh, he lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur's reaction to Kenny Bayless.
Meeting them with the straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with a left hand. Pinpoint accuracy. Stevenson scores the knockdown early in round 6.
I think it was more.
Stevenson opened the sequence by asserting command, firing his left-hand lead with precision, not to rack up numbers, but to lure reactions. He floated just beyond Lopez's range, forcing him to pause, recalibrate, and start again time after time. Lopez stayed composed. He advanced with intent, selling sharp feints, coiling his body, and conserving energy for a single decisive burst. When that release finally came, the building surged with it.
More. Good shot.
With the right uppercut. The switch hitter comes in behind that jab and around with that right hand. It was mostly blocked. There's an uppercut on the inside.
He's just trying to use that as a rangefinder. He's looking for the uppercut and the combinations.
He just threw it.
Not liking it at all. Will get frustrated. He will commit.
Times, Stevenson appeared impossible to pin down, evading punches by the narrowest margins. He drifted away from danger, stepped off the line, and answered with crisp return shots that turned stretches of the bout into a technical lesson rather than a brawl.
Out of himself and go back to his old.
Slow him down to the body.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
He got Shakur standing still.
Side again. Trying to cut off.
Shot over the top besides that left hook. It's puzzled by the miss.
On the clap. As he just came out southpaw.
Out of nowhere, Lopez would change the atmosphere, blasting his way inside with sharp flurries that drove Stevenson back and tore at him with heavy hooks. Clear reminders that this was a real fight, not a drill. As the bout reached its middle stages, the rhythm evolved. Stevenson started working downstairs, drawing Lopez's defenses upward before slipping punches into the midsection. Lopez answered by turning up the intensity, pressing close, using his weight, nudging, roughing things up, and throwing shots with clear intent to do damage. The edge kept shifting in brief flashes, never locking in one direction, as if each man was taking control only long enough to snatch moments away from the other.
Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. Hitting what he's doing.
Good
right
shot.
hand from Lopez. Oh, he lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur's reaction to Kenny Bayless.
Meeting them with the straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with a left hand. Pinpoint accuracy. Stevenson scores the knockdown early in round 6.
I think it was more.
As the fight moved into its closing chapters, Determination clashed with accuracy. Stevenson remained calm and deliberate, picking his opportunities and managing his output, while Lopez pressed forward, searching relentlessly for a breakthrough that could redefine the night. When time finally expired, neither fighter backed away. Exhausted and visibly worn, they stood there knowing the contest hadn't delivered a clear verdict. The arena crackled with debate, fans split and animated, already dissecting what they had just seen.
I want to bet whatever. Whatever you want to Whatever you want to put up.
I bet that you can't.
No, say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I bet that your mouth can't fit.
Say what you bet.
I would smack this. I smack this. What you just say? Hey.
You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know
Hey,
that, man.
hey, to all y'all, when does everybody consider
I would
leaving?
smack the out of your
Boy. In your mouth.
Hey, I would smack the out of you.
Like, yo, he's an acrobat.
Let's go, Jay.
During the official weigh-in, the atmosphere was thick with strain, almost outweighing the bout to come. Stevenson was first to the scale, composed and unreadable as he stood still. When the digits settled, they confirmed his weight at 138.6 pounds.
£138.6 for the undefeated challenger, Shakur Stevenson.
Lopez came next with noticeably more energy, rolling his shoulders as he climbed on. The display read 139.6 pounds, putting him a pound above his opponent. The difference was clear at a glance. Stevenson looked lean and razor-focused, while Lopez appeared dense and primed. When they faced off to close the ceremony, the space fell silent. There were no gestures or showmanship, only a stare that stretched on and said more than words.
139.6 for the reigning and defending champion.
Stevenson held his gaze without flinching, head lowered and steady. Lopez edged forward slightly, measuring the distance, posture tall and teeth clenched. Guards stayed close, yet neither fighter budged. The tension was icy and restrained. Shutters snapped, the crowd went silent, and everything about that stare down made the coming clash feel inevitable.
I'm ready. Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I've been boxing guys like this since I was 8 years old, outboxing them, outsmarting them. This is gonna be nothing different.
A lot of energy between you two guys this week. What was your final message to him at that face-off?
I can't wait to see him tomorrow. I can't wait. It's my time. I've been ready for this moment since I was a child, and now it's all coming.
As the press event wore on, the hype gradually faded, replaced by a heavier mood once the implications became clear. When Rick Reno described the matchup as a possible career-defining victory for Lopez if he were to overcome Stevenson, while also labeling it the most demanding challenge Stevenson had faced, the atmosphere changed instantly. That was the point where it stopped sounding like promotion and began to feel like a bout with real weight behind it.
The odds against Lomachenko, he upset the odds against Josh Taylor, and if he upsets the odds on Saturday, for me, it's the biggest win of his career because I regard Shakur as a better fighter than the other two guys. That's just my opinion.
Eddie Hearn drove the message home, highlighting that money wasn't the motivator for either fighter. This wasn't a clash for checks or bargaining power. It was a test of legacy. Two athletes in their peak, opting for challenge instead of ease, selecting Madison Square Garden as their stage because true greatness emerges nowhere safe.
Standard guys. These are guys that are chasing greatness in a sold-out arena that has hosted Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson and Rocky Marciano. That's what these guys are after. They're chasing.
The atmosphere snapped when James Prince ignited tension, mixing humor with taunts and veering into personal digs, instantly turning up the heat. Shortly after, Lopez's camp shifted the narrative, drawing parallels to his Lomachenko bout and pointing out that he has succeeded before when underestimated. The calm confidence was subtle, almost like a warning. After that, any sense of order disappeared, Wagers, insults, family jabs, and shouted exchanges collided, transforming the press conference from polished promotion into pure, unfiltered confrontation.
Feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know
Hey,
that, man.
hey, to all y'all, when when does everybody consider
I
leaving?
was smacked out of your
Leaving nuts in your mouth.
Hey, I was smacked out of you.
Like, yo, he's an acrobat.
Let's
now
go,
he's in the
Jam.
clown mode. Stop clowning, man.
Let's go, Jim.
Hey,
Ain't nothing
hey,
to be
watch
funny
your
about.
So
words,
big,
nigga.
it's like
You
a foot in
respect
your
me,
mouth.
pussy.
Hey, look how they get riled up. Oh, yo, can it be Saturday already?
All right.
Let it be Saturday.
Stevenson eventually grounded the room, sharing why he had brought hundreds of kids from New Jersey, a composed, purposeful moment that made the earlier chaos feel even louder in contrast. He reinforced his mindset, stating the fight wasn't personal and that letting emotion take over is a weakness, showing just how calculated and precise his approach is. Lopez wrapped up the evening differently, not with noise or theatrics, but with quiet assurance. He spoke of being at his peak mentally and spiritually fully focused, and concluded with a straightforward vow to win, a promise that resonated far beyond any of the earlier jabs or taunts.
Man.
And you know one thing though, hey look, my
know
only
who
last
you are,
thing,
Shakur.
Shakur,
And you can't change
when it's all
that.
said and done,
You
because I've been in that
can't change-
position,
Words
but
can't
when it comes
change
to
that.
you,
Saturday night,
Words
make sure
can't
y'all
change
tune
that.
in. I'm gonna beat this boy
alright
with
now,
everything
when it
I
comes
love.
to it,
Hey, yo.
Make sure
when it
y'all
comes
tune
to
in.
it, when it comes to it,
the way you
they
box,
all not gonna be
the way
cheering
you
you
box-
on.
Right after the press conference unraveled from legacy discussions into full-on psychological warfare, Lopez grabbed the side mic and somehow channeled the chaos into fuel instead of distraction. What hit first wasn't the verbal jabs, it was the way he talked about alignment, energy, and timing, as if he's preparing to battle the moment itself, not just Stevenson. When he refutes the claims about family, it comes across as a fighter who feels misrepresented, almost daring fate to challenge him. Then, when the stare down comes up, Lopez says he saw evil in Stevenson's eyes. Agree or not, it reveals everything about his mindset. He's not just preparing for a boxing match. He's framing it as a moral confrontation, purpose against persona. The moment he slowed down to mention his father's absence was even more telling. Not defensive, just factual. That's Lopez at his most dangerous. Calm, introspective, fully composed, and entirely in control.
That you might have just gotten under his skin where you sense any sort of fear?
Oh yeah, it'll show. I just gotta rip it out. Just gotta take it out from his soul. Show the real fear that he has inside him.
He said he was doing some mind games in the press conference to get into your head. You feel like he got into your head? You stayed composed the whole time. Normally, when people do that to you, you always stay composed. You feel like he got into your head with those mind games?
What mind games were they doing?
The gift for your dad, talking to
Oh,
him.
look how God works, I said.
When Lopez laughs about getting Stevenson out of his seat and calls it a game, it's classic T.O. mischief. But there's method behind the playfulness. He's testing the calm waters, watching for any ripple. The standout moment wasn't even his promise to explode on fight night. It was when he said that the first punch changes everything. That's a fighter revealing he sees momentum as a form of currency, and he plans to spend it immediately. And when he refuses to share a single strategy, insisting there are multiple plans, it's not arrogance, it's the voice of experience. Lopez's energy here is full of contrasts. Part philosopher, part trickster, part relentless attacker. Laughing one moment, lethal the next. You might not take every word at face value, but you can't dismiss him. This wasn't a warning shouted into emptiness. It was a quiet, confident signal. And those are always the ones that land the hardest.
You bad or evil vibes, or his camp or whatever.
Just all of it, his persona, the way he carries himself, the way he says he's gonna beat my ass right here, right now if he wanted to. And all I'm thinking about is that time when he punched a civilian at a nightclub after in the parking lot, and then when he actually swung and hit a woman at the same time. Every time he tells me he's gonna beat my ass, he beat right there. That's what comes back to my mind is that video. So, that's evil though. That's really.
Following Lopez's intense, almost spiritual declaration, Stevenson shifted the energy entirely. The room went from blazing heat to icy stillness. What stands out is how Stevenson doesn't fight the chaos. He compresses it. When he explains that Lopez tried to get in his head and he returned the favor, it's not about emotion. It's transactional. Essentially, he's saying, you act, I respond. But I don't dwell there. His strict boundary on personal topics, especially family, shows the discipline beneath the calm exterior. Stevenson has mental rules for how he engages, and when Lopez tests them, it only reinforces his control over chaos mindset. His description of training camp is just as methodical, keeping Lopez in his mind for 12 weeks straight, embracing discomfort and giving up personal time. This isn't bravado. It's the regimen of someone treating the fight as a profession, not a one-night spectacle.
You feel like you got into his head, Jones talking about his dad and, bringing that gift. Was that something that you planned?
No, I didn't plan that, but I see he tried to get in my head, so I returned the favor. He got a little bit too disrespectful.
How did he get disrespectful?
I heard him say something about my mother. I don't like mother games. I don't play certain games like that, so I don't respect that shit. At the end of the day, it's a fight. Good job. Keep trying to do what he's doing, but I got to just stay focused.
Then comes the Bud Crawford moment, and everything clicks. When Stevenson says, this time I'm going to listen, it sends chills, because we've already seen how lethal he is when improvising. Now, he's layering discipline on top of intelligence. That's an upgrade nobody expected. He also downplays Lopez's past victories as context-dependent rather than intimidating, breaking the legend down into variables instead of myths. And when he talks about anger as a resource reserved strictly for fight night, it's the mindset of a seasoned veteran in a young frame. No posturing, no grand speeches, just strategic timing. Even the pound-for-pound conversation is precise. Top 4, not number 1, not fantasy. Just measurable, real targets. Stevenson's energy is controlled pressure. Lopez, by contrast, seems like he's battling the universe itself. History shows that fighting a man versus fighting the world often decides more outcomes than most realize.
Title being up on the line at 135 or a title versus title thing? Because he's mentioned that a lot, like only he has something to lose.
Nah, it was never no talk about title versus title. But I don't know, I don't think he really normal. Because he's not really thinking he say, oh, he's the only person with something to lose in this situation. But same way his life on the line, my life on the line too. So I don't look at it that way. I can't see how he's the only person.
Just as Stevenson finishes laying out that icy, disciplined mindset, Terrence Crawford steps in and instantly shifts the conversation from fight week tension to reflections on legacy. And it lands differently. Bud isn't speaking like a fighter itching for another bout. He speaks like someone who's already settled the score with time. When he explains retiring after 30 years of punishment, it's not avoidance, it's a calculation. Legacy has already been earned, and he shuts down the comeback chatter with a simple, factual question. Who would he fight? No arrogance, just blunt reality. That's the kind of dangerous clarity only experience can bring. When Lopez Sr. interjects with theatrics, Bud doesn't rise to it. He labels it for what it is and keeps moving. Pure grown man energy. Essentially, promote your fight. Don't drag me into it. The Real insight comes when he talks about Stevenson, but doesn't hesitate. When Shakur beats Lopez, he becomes a 4-division champion and possesses the tools to reach heights even beyond Crawford's own.
A lot of people keep asking me why I retired. When you've been doing this sport since you was 7 years old, and I'm 37 at the time, 38 when I retired, that's 30 years, bro. 30 years. So you ask yourself, if you've been taking your body through hell for 30 years, would you retire? All right then. So there go your answer. So that's why I retired. There's nothing else for me to accomplish in the sport of boxing. I gave my all to boxing, but I'm not going to give my health to...
That's not hype. It's a roadmap being handed down. And the confidence is effortless. Crawford isn't intimidated by the next generation. He's proud of it. In the same breath, he draws parallels to all 4 of boxing's greats. Southpaw like Hagler, movement like Leonard, inside work like Duran, range like Hearns. It doesn't come off as bragging. His accomplishments speak for themselves. What lingers most is the emotion behind his retirement, a mix of relief and loss. He's glad the punishment is over, yet mourns stepping away from his first love. This isn't a sound bite. It's a fighter revealing the true cost of greatness. And when Crawford says boxing is still evolving, leaving the future open, it carries the weight of a quiet torch passing. Stevenson is focused on Saturday. Crawford has already closed his chapter. Different pages, same book, And the gravity of that comparison hits deep.
Sure, when he beats Teofimo, he'll be a 4-weight world champion. You know, I'm a 5-weight world champion. I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. You know, Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what I'm hoping for him to do.
When you step back and take it all in, the fight unfolding like a live strategy lab. The weigh-in stare that spoke louder than any trash talk. The press conference sliding from legacy discussions into full-on psychological warfare. You see the layers. Lopez framing everything around destiny and alignment. Stevenson operating with precise, calculated control. And Crawford above it all, like the final boss who's already beaten the game. This wasn't a single moment. It was a collision of styles, mindsets, and generations. Nothing was tidy, nothing resolved. That's why the matchup resonated so strongly. One fighter thrives on momentum, chaos, and sheer will. The other excels through discipline, control, and timing. And the sport itself sits squarely in between, daring you to decide which philosophy wins when it truly counts. There are no easy answers. No unanimous conclusions. Just a fight that makes you debate, rewatch, and reconsider what greatness really looks like. Drop your thoughts. Who convinced you more? Whose mindset carries the day? How did you see it all play out? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Experimenthub. Catch you in the next one.